says we're live, Stephen. Morning.
Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Thank you
Good
for
morning.
being here today. We're having a service followed by a potluck, and another beautiful day in Hawaii. You could have gone to the beach, but you chose to come here instead. So thank you for being with us and being part of this co-creation. So my name is Pasha McGregor, and I've been working with flowing with changes this week. Like last Sunday, we had just found out that our scheduled speaker, Kumu Kealaching, would not be able to join us. But I thought our facilitator was still going to do his thing. But he had that change too. So here I am. But Kumu is okay. If anybody was concerned about him, it wasn't that a health issue. It was just it was kind of a family need thing that he felt he needed to respond to. This is popping a little. Okay, is that better? Okay. Okay. Yeah. So anyway, we are going to start out this morning with a reading from Science of Mind. And our person who stepped up to the plate to be the speaker in place of Kumu is ElishaLeolani Southworth. And it appears that whoever wrote the Science of Mind reading must have known that because it's perfect for her topic. So I think is it Leah or Margie going to do the reading? Oh, see what I mean? It's flowing with change.
For Sunday, April 28th, every step of the way is the way. And we're going to have more information about the steps of life. Your life's work is to find your life's work and then to exercise the discipline, tenacity, and hard work it takes to pursue it. And that statement is from Oprah Winfrey. Ernest Holmes also states, every step of the way, God goes with us. So I'm going to have trouble reading this. Please.
Oh, how wonderful. A relay.
Flexibility, the
Yes.
timing and space, right? Good morning and aloha. Okay. Your life's work is to find your life's work and then to exercise the discipline, tenacity, and hard work it takes to pursue it. Oprah Winfrey. Every step of the way, God goes with us. Ernest Holmes, Science of Mind. In the business world, keeping the faith longer than most is called tenacity. Before someone becomes successful, they may appear to others as crazy, impractical, or irrational. I can relate to that. To succeed, you must hold your vision, even while others can't see what you can see, even if they call you names. Amelia Earhart offered her perspective on tenacity, saying the most difficult thing is the decision to act. The rest is merely tenacity. The fears are paper tigers. You can do anything you can decide to do. You can act to change and control your life. And the procedure, the process is its own reward. When you align your energies and actions with the spirit that gave you the vision, all you needed to make your vision a reality is already known within the divine mind. You are its outlet. Keep the vision before more real. Keep the vision before you more real than all the signs that say it's over. When you continue to put one front foot in front of the other in the direction of your vision, you'll come to experience your success as the result of the many minor steps that added together created your triumph. Perhaps like Henry Winkler says he does, we can live by two words, tenacity and gratitude. And as you do, continue to put your gentle calm into every step, making every step a giant leap in achieving your manifested destiny. Today's affirmation is every step I take on my journey, with its twists and turns, leads me to my destiny. Let's say it together. Every step I take on my journey, with its twists and turns, leads me to my destiny.
Thank you. So let's just take a minute or so to digest that. I like the part about the calmness, the calm step. Okay. The calm gentleness in every step towards the destiny. Yes. I'm just going to invite ElishaLeolani now to do an opening chant, which will be sort of part prayer, part song, whatever she wants to do, whatever spirit channels through her.
I feel more like standing up to do that. I was thinking of a very simple chant that is part of a statement and part of a vocation about my life, everybody's life. My life is long and strong. My body is radiant and well. My life goes on forever. That's the gist of it. Kula kulua kukino ikaika amala kula aukahi kula aukahi oyano Ojanu Ili ili, kau mai.
Hello. Now I am wishing
I'm afraid I
you.
need to check the volume on
Oh.
that because it's just not very loud.
You know what? I'll just use this for now, and you can give it back to me later.
Okay.
Okay.
That was loud.
Yeah. So now is the time I get to sort of introduce New Thought as what is New Thought, and then a little bit later we will individually introduce ourselves and respond to a prompt, and that part is optional. So, what is New Thought? I came across something new to vary it a little bit. It's sort of like a history of us, of the people of New Thought, reflecting on what is New Thought. And of course, I'm not going back to the very beginning, but starting with in about the mid 90s, because we can start with the logo that you can all see, including our live streamers, I believe. By the way, welcome to the people that are with us in consciousness, as well as the people who are here on the lanai. So this logo was created by Morty Breyer. He was the president at the time. And for him, the multi-faith aspect of New Thought was very important. Is he had sort of discovered his Judaic roots as a middle-aged person. His parents didn't really pay too much attention to the spiritual aspect of being Jewish, but he found richness in that tradition. But then when he discovered New Thought and Ernest Holmes, he loved that too. So, it's like we're not, and just recognizing beauty and truth in many different paths. So we weren't just interfaith. He said, well, we're beyond interfaith. We're multi-faith. So that's an aspect of what is New Thought. And the motto, which is on our letterhead, in case you ever get a official communication like a tax letter or something, it says, a sanctuary for the nourishment, development, and evolution of each individual's unique spiritual path. And I think that also maybe goes back to the mid 90s, but we used that unchanged until 2010. Then there was some sort of a board development visioning activity, and we added the words of aloha. So now it says a sanctuary of aloha for the nourishment, development, and evolution of each individual's unique spiritual path. Then in 2006, the New Thought board of that time developed a vision statement with the help and guidance of Carla Hannaford, aka Jamila, and this is what we came out with. It was amazing how she kind of wove together everybody's different perspectives. What is New Thought Center of Hawaii? New Thought Center of Hawaii is a full-service, sacred, spiritual community that nurtures, heals, and honors, and is comfortable and fun, appealing to people of different ages and traditions. New Thought Center is an inspiring center of learning and being, incorporating music, service, and New Thought principles demonstrated by spiritual and financial abundance. And finally, in 2011, we added one more phrase to, I forget where we added it, or the vision or the mission or something. Anyway, it's weaving a lay of love. Yes, and I'm hoping that it feels like it might be getting to be the right time to do another of those visioning sessions, because you know we might come out with something even more wonderful or more in tune with this particular time and these particular people, that is to say, you folks. So anyway, that's a little bit of the evolution of New Thought's understanding of what is New Thought Center of Hawaii. And we are very happy that we can now meet in person. I think 2023 was the first year since the arrival of COVID when we never had to cancel any service for health reasons. And then we've gradually got to relax various cautionary measures that we had taken. And one of the final ones we released was, okay, we think it's now safe to pass the microphone around person to person. So, Elisha, you and I didn't talk about this one thing of whether you wanted to pose the question or have me do so, but it should be something people can answer in ideally 3 words or less. Does anything come to mind for you?
Yeah, the meaning of the next step for me. That would be my question to everyone.
Okay. Like, what's the next step for you?
And for myself.
No, I
As
mean,
you
is
asked
that
me.
the question to for people if they wish to?
Yes.
Okay, and if you don't know, you can wait. You can pass because you'll probably know better by the end of this morning. Okay. What is your next step?
What is the meaning,
The
for
meaning.
you of your next step?
Okay.
What does the next step mean to you?
What does the next step mean to you? Okay. So let's see. We'll start with Leah.
Aloha, I am Leah. The meaning to me for my next step is learning to trust 100%.
I'm Patty, and I think my next step is going to be something wonderful. I'm Lorene, and I'm just standing in place right now.
Margie, my feeling is stability before the step.
I'm Shelba, and for me right now, I'm working with my spirit guides in the universe on healing my legs from my accident.
Good morning. My name is Jamie. Full embodiment and expansion.
Martha, my next step is to embrace change.
Lloyd, reconnecting with friends in Colorado.
Good morning. My name is Reagan. And I'll just say the meaning, arriving where we already are.
I'm Jan, and I'm still thinking about it.
I'm Shana. I have to remember that being on the path to the goal isn't what I'm after, because being on the path is the goal.
Stephen, certainty, letting go, trust. I am Condor, and by the way, Condor is Quechuan. My next step is to pluck out anger, pluck it out, and throw it away. Pluck out anger.
Aloha, I'm Anna. My next step is to figure out where on this island will be our next home.
My name is Terry, and my next step is to expand.
My name's Candy. The meaning of my next step is reciprocity. How do you say that word? Reciprocity, something like that. Thank you. And harmony.
I'm Cindy, and the meaning behind the next step for me is more trust in the universe, trusting my intuition, and trusting the leap that it may take, and being with love with that.
I'm Joe, and my meaning is to let go, once again, of the things holding me back.
This is Stephen again. My next step is sending back that microphone to Amazon.
I'll take it, Terry.
I'm Terry, and I'm not sure of the next step, but I need to do it with creativity and more action.
My name is Charlie, and my next step hasn't been revealed to me yet.
Oh, wow. No, I haven't been thinking about it. But thank you.
My name is Pasha, and I was just reflecting on the fact a step is physical. It's like moving your feet. But in this context, I think I suspect that how Elisha's going to open up the meaning for us will more have to do with the movement of our spirit and the changing of our thoughts. We aren't really going to go jogging together. And you get to answer your own question. You have your own microphone.
Oh, yes, I do. For me, my next step in this context means that I'm allowing to move. I'm allowing my next step to come about, to make my next step, instead of planning it or putting it into a concise framework. I'm allowing my next step to come through, move.
Well, thank you, everyone. So, Elisha, you could either do a chant now or save it to do at the beginning of your main talk. What do you prefer?
I prefer to do it at the beginning of my talk.
Okay.
Yeah.
In that case, we will move on to miracles and ordinaries. And I will put this microphone back into its holder, and the boom can be adjusted for tall and short people. Oh, Stephen's going to do it for me. Thank you.
First miracle. We went to the Pyramid House last night. Many of you know about that. And saw Peter Cater. Well, the miracle is it's just such a good vibe there. It's like the people that are running it are spending a lot of their own money on it just to support the arts. And they just, things are done really well. Like the food they put out for free and stuff, and the artists they get, and nobody's really grabbing money or checking. It's not all about money. It's like, it's kind of like the way things should be, kind of. It's inspiring. And the Peter Cater was great. We had a great time. I'm been trying to get myself into doing more breath work lately, where you breathe in a certain rhythm and watch your breath, and that just seems to be like coming to me, and like last night turned out to be a lot about breath work. It's like even Peter Cater was like, yeah, you got to learn. I've been doing this breath work stuff, and it's making miracles in my life, and I feel more connected and all this and that. And it turns out like there's a whole bunch of people there that are now into breath work. So now I'm officially in the breath work circle. Thank you.
I'm Margie, and I kind of want to expand on what Steve just said. I got a chance yesterday to go with Janan, our Tai Chi master, at the World Tai Chi Day. So it started in New Zealand at 10 o'clock in the morning and went around the world, and we were the last. We were by the ocean at the old airport with a group of people and did the Tai Chi at 10 o'clock. It was really fantastic. And afterwards, Janan had a group that he was doing more of the Tai Chi than some of the other masters that were there. So he got a group around him, and he started discussing Qigong and Tai Chi and the energy and the breath of what it does. And he said that comes to us as an individual, but then it expands. And this was the idea. This is the 25th year that World Tai Chi Day has happened. And it was really a thought of all of the people working with the breath and the energy. I don't know that much about all this, but the breath helps us to be aware of the energy, which then we expand out. And a young woman that was standing next to me, she said, because Janan mentioned it, he said, when you're at work or, you're under stress. And she said, I do the breath when I'm at work, and it helps. And I looked at her and I said, oh my God, at your age, you know how to do that? Back in the 60s and 70s, if any of you all remember being working during that time, what I said was, when I was working as a young person and some stress would hit, I go, I don't know what to do. And here there are people that know what to do. And there are more and more people doing it. And that is so exciting. And of course, then I had to talk about Janan because I know his wife. And she actually told me she's so lucky because she's got, and see, I don't know how to be married. I tried it. And I don't think it's them. Something's going on here. So I admire people that can do that. And so when I said that, I said, they said, yes, this affirms what he is saying. This is not only an experience, and I agree with Stephen, but it doesn't just affect him. It goes to our relationships. And the world is going to be a better place because of it.
Yay.
I think we have time for one more.
We have time for one more.
Well, I'm Leah, and I guess we could consider what I'm going to share a miracle or an ordinary, because it depends on perspective, right? I love today's reading, and tenacity is something that I have embraced in my whole life. I'm a Taurus, so picture the horns, and I've done many things that other people said were impossible, but it was because I made up my mind and decided that's what I'm doing. And I love the fact that new thought is about new thought. Like Ernest Holmes said, thoughts are things. So I'm careful and practicing daily on how I'm thinking and what I'm thinking and why I'm thinking it. Because I can only change my thinking. And what I did last week in my paddle practice up till the Wednesday that we paddled was the furthest we had paddled on my team, we're a novice team, was 4 miles, and I was exhausted. But that day, the coach said, we're paddling 8 miles. And my first thought was, And then I went, wait a second, change your mind about that. It's not far, it's just 8 miles. And so we did 8 miles, and I was working on my breathing. We were talking about breath and really using my diaphragm and not getting winded when we do sprints. But this was a long distance, and I was absolutely fine. So thoughts are truly things. And one of my favorite quotes is Henry Ford. If you believe you can, or you believe you can't, you're right.
So now I get to introduce ElishaLeolani. I had a few blanks in my intro, and I was going to ask her before service, but I didn't really have time. So I'm just going to stop when I get to a blank and let you fill it in, okay?
Oh, okay.
ElishaLeolani's love for music began in early childhood while growing up in a musical family in Vienna, Austria. But it was not until she set out on a quest of self-discovery that she became aware of the healing power of her voice. Although her outlook on life was greatly expanded by several outstanding musical and spiritual experts, she considers an injured deer one of her greatest teachers. While she cared for him for 4 months during his arduous healing journey, he would only relax at night when she sang, chanted, and toned to him without interruption. This led her to allow spirit to express through her voice in her healing work on people, animals, and the Aina. ElishaLeolani is truly a citizen of the world. As mentioned, she began her life's journey in Vienna, Austria. She has spent time in Greece, blank. Were there other countries or regions where?
Yes.
Okay.
England for about 9 years, and Switzerland.
I knew
for a
it.
few years.
I knew there was more to it. So, Greece, India, Switzerland, and also a wonderful working holiday in Japan. Hawaii has been her home since fill in the
Yes.
blank.
Oh, yes, very right.
I think at least 20 years, right?
Yes, 20 years.
Okay. So that about 2004.
Yep,
Yeah,
2005. I think.
2005.
Yeah.
Okay. And ElishaLeolani is a longtime member of New Thought Center. Her last presentation in September 2023 was on the power of the voice. And this week, she is sharing because she listened to her own inner voice. And as she explains, when I first heard that Kumu Keala had canceled, I thought, a free Sunday morning. But then a new thought came in immediately that said, what is my best response for the good of the entire situation? And in the same breath, the answer popped up, step into the breach. So she did. And here she is. Please help me welcome ElishaLeolani Southworth.
Thank you. Yeah. The preparations and the notes I took and the order I set up of my presentation have just gone out the open lanai, the window. So I'm just here as blank as you are, waiting for what it's like to step into the breach, into an opening that says, ooh, that's a gaping hole of possibilities where everybody can say, yes, I'll do that. I'll do that. So I am here now. I'm grateful for every one of you who has made it today. And stepping in for our beloved Kumu is a big order. So I decided I just wish him all the best where he is. And I wish myself all the best where I am. And I couldn't possibly step in for him and do his, carry on the gap that he left. But I can step up, stand up for myself. And I'll start with a Hawaiian chant that many of you probably heard me do before. It's one of my, I love all the chants that I'm doing, but this is one of my most favorite one right now. It's calling in the highest point of my consciousness, which in Hawaii is represented by the io, the hawk, the Hawaiian hawk. It is the bird that flies the highest in Hawaii, that sees everything that's going on way down below. It's another word for God, for the highest consciousness we carry. And it's a call to the ego to bring in the new. We've had enough of the old. The new, bring in the new, bring it right here, anchor it right here. And look at it. Look at the new world, at the new life. New life. So here we go. Mai kalani Pa my Io mai kalani ho my name pa my name Eola ho Io mai kalani ho my name pa my name Eola ho Eli, Eli, Kaumai. You're welcome to sit down. And me too. So, taking my next step is really an expression of the spirit that has brought me to this moment. My spirit, my soul that I am. It's no longer just mine that I take from there and own here and bring to here. I am it. There's no way out of it. I am my soul. And then I see this soul moving into my body. And my body becomes like a vessel, like the chair we're sitting on, the cup we're pouring our favorite drink in and drinking it from. So the car we're stepping into, we love it, but it's I that's in it. And that's the feel that I would like to activate today in all of us. What does it feel to slip into my most favorite material thing, whether it's a box I like to hide in, or whether it's a beautiful garden I like to flower in? What does that next step really mean for me? To feel this life, this vibrancy that turns me on, me being the body, that turns my body on, that turns my life on, that I'm living in 3D. And pondering on this is really our mobility, whether we're lifting up one foot, making one step ahead, or whether it is moving from this dimension, the third dimension where we can touch everything and where everything is measured, into the next one, which we call the fourth dimension, where nothing is measured in a way we measure our third dimension. So when I say, on my phone calls, oh, are you coming at 9:30, 9:45 to pick me up? Yes, yes. My angels are wonderful. They do that. But it's a measured time, it's a box. And if it's 9:50 or 9:40, it's a different number, a different arrangement again. And it keeps order. We're here in time for the service, and the service lasts from one point of time to another point of time. But within those parameters, those measurements that we still use, we're free to move. And sometimes we move with such gusto because it's our nature. We are our soul. Because we move with such vibrancy, enthusiasm, soul power, cracks appear in all those material walls that keep us contained and in order. And yes, there is order in the fourth dimension, in the next dimension, but it's a sequence that moves from within one experience, one moment out into the next one and the next one. From one moment into the next moment. How long does it take? No idea. What's it like? Nobody can tell you until you make your step. And so from our third dimension to expand feels very dangerous and challenging many, many times. Oh, you can't do that. When I want to run up some steps. No, 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 says Daddy. You'll fall, don't step up there. And, well, I don't have much more money. I better not spend much. I don't have anything to give away. Who says? Who says? Well, there are a few pennies. While you have eaten one penny, you have money. Give it away. What'll happen afterwards if I don't, if I do? So we have lots of fears in front of us that stop us and make us trip over. And the best thing I find, the best teachers to help us get through and beyond all this pile up of stuff we don't need and holds us back, is to play with it. And our teachers, in this respect, are children and animals. Young cats who play with everything they come across, and dogs and puppies, and children. What's all this? Oh, I can use this. Oh, oh, you hit me. So, okay, there's chaos, there's tohu. Allow it, and enjoy it. So, this goes on in our brain too. There is one side of our brain, the left side, that has kept us in order throughout the centuries, taking us from one event to another with lots of conditions. You do this, and then this can happen. First, you do your homework, and then you can go play. Throw it all up. It doesn't mean anything. Holding your energy back isn't doing any good for you, for myself, or for anybody else. And so we're looking for ways, for ladders, for stepping stones to get us out of all this mess. And one of them is when we start singing. and play. If we can juggle 3 balls or 9 balls, whatever, how many balls we can do it while we're singing if we can. We can learn it maybe if we practice a lot. And so one of them is one that helps me always to find my balance again. My way is are the 5 sounds, the 5 vowels that are common to every language on our whole planet. There's so many different languages, so many we totally don't understand what the people are saying and meaning. But we can tune into the structure basis that makes them audible. And the pronunciation is not English, but the letters are very well known in England too, in English speaking countries. It's the ah, the A, the E, the O, and the oo. And looking at this letter a few days ago as I was pondering on today's presentation, the ah made me aware that there are like 2 feet, like the 2 parts of my brain. Oh my goodness, yeah. The left side that keeps everything in order, trying to keep the other side, or my right side, in order too. And the right side likes to play and sing and throw things up and do the unexpected. So there has to be order. You mustn't be seen now. Oh, but I like to be seen. Here I am. No. So those 2 halves are playing their games within our head. And there is one space between them that's called the corpus callosum, like the big body that would love to connect the 2 halves, like the X and the Y of my mom and my dad that created me, the child. Hi. The ah. So the ah to me shows the one side and the other coming to an arrangement where they really hold the energy together by being held together by this embrace from their child. Come, mommy, come, daddy, come. Let's play. Let's not be so serious. So let's all sound into the ah for a few breaths. Yeah, let it all ride out on our breath. And feel, while we're doing that, let's feel, identify with one side that likes to keep everything in order, with the other side that loves to play and be free, and with the love that loves both sides when they're working together. So let's sing the ah a few times. And as it flows through your body, let your body move with it too. That grounds us for the moment here now. Both feet are out and we're on the ground here now. Let's look at who next comes along. There's the A with 3 throngs moving out from a very straight background. The background that gives us integrity, that integrates what we are thinking and feeling and doing and saying. And the 3 parts of ourselves, we have many more parts, but those are 3 big ones that include all the others. Our spirit, sailing, seeing everything that's going on below. Our mental capacities, yes, we can work it out. Yes, we know how to create. And our physical body, our physical home, our car, the ground we stand on, our circumference. So let's move into that and follow our thoughts, our intuition. So what we are doing here is not just sing, sing, sing along, another letter, It's the space we are creating for ourselves to play in, to expand, put meaning to. 3 times again. And we don't have to listen and all do it at the same time. Everyone listen to your own breath and your own body. Do about 3 times. And move your body with it. Move your arms. Give it expression. Let's feel our body. Is it feeling a bit more flexible than before starting all this? Malleable? The next letter we're seeing come up from the back of this A is the E. Now let's feel into that. It's a bit different from the A and the E. The E reaches from all the way down to all the way up, as high as we can just imagine the sky to go. E. E. Some stories of the old world, when a woman sees a mouse, she jumps up on the chair and says, "Yee! Yee!" When I think of myself, when I write about myself, I write the letter E, pronounce it I, but it's E. Somebody else might come and say, "No, you're not you. No, forget about that." And I say, E. I put the dot on the I. So when I feel incomplete with what I'm doing, no, I put it all together into one little ball. E. 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 And we can also feel our spine, our center, our central column that's standing here. And I am it. And I'm drawing all that I love to myself. And I'm feeling it, finding its place along my bone, my backbone, along all those little vertebrae, and out into my world. E, 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 E. And it might make us feel better thinking of a tree too, a tree E. So let's move into this E with all the juice we can muster up and sing it, chant it 3 times. Feel like we're a tree or we're whatever comes to us. E, the flow between heaven and earth and heaven. Okay. And out of that E, out of that tiny little dot that verified our own being, grows and expands this huge circle that is really an O. O. And we can imagine this O in many different ways, but it grows. It has to do with with growing joys. If you want to hold on to growing pains, let them hold us, but we can let them go. We can shake them off. You're all listening so beautifully. Would you mind standing up and feeling that, getting out of your comfort zone? Me too. And stretching out and stretching our arms out and embracing that space in front of us. And we think it's empty space, but it's filled, crammed full with beings that we don't see yet, with intelligences. Every little particle of this space of our world has intelligence. They've worked out their left and right brain already. It's just one, there's just oneness. That begins with an O. And it can get wider and wider and wider, and we can embrace even stuff we don't like. And as we embrace them, they become beautiful and easy to love and easy to hold and express and play with. So let's put all our O into this O. let's return again. Let this feel through us. In our dimensional stepping ladder, whatever step we make sees the step we made before, the step that got us there. And as we reach the next level, our horizon expands and we see even further below us, even further in the past, deeper into the meaning of everything for us. So this O really contains all the other previous letters and thoughts and feelings and actions. And it can be overwhelming. And these days we're often overwhelmed because there's so many O's around us, so many zeros and so many events that we're supposed to deal with. And they can send us into overwhelm. So we can embrace that. And when it feels too overwhelming, we reach out with our hands for help in the unknown. Oh, oh. And yes, we move up and stand up again, please. And reach up and say, let's sit down again. Ooh. And did you realize what happened? Our left hand and our right hand were equal and working together. One is here and one is there. Hey, says the left hand, I see you, right hand, and I'm glad I see you. Yes, says the right hand, I'm happy to be here, and I see you too, and I'm happy we're dancing together. So we can dance together when we include everything. And when we're really happy to be here now, not necessarily just separating the body from the spiritual, but giving the spiritual side of ourselves, our soul, that which we know is there, but we can't see it, expression, giving it a space, like the soup you're pouring into a bowl. Then we can eat it, then we become useful. And in this way, we can begin to jump dimensions. The dimension next to, I was waiting for that, for you to come into the chair. The dimensions that arise out of our very normal, seemingly normal, very ordinary days, out of which miracles arise. The other day, I was sitting at Joyce Mart outside. It's our local store here. I had come from the market, a Sunday market, with a big heavy bag full of papayas and heavy stuff to eat. And I'd walked up to Choice Mart because my car gave up a few years ago. So my legs are carrying me beautifully. But I was tired and I was sitting there looking at the parking lot in front of me and the next level. And I noticed a jacaranda tree, huge jacaranda tree in bloom, purple bloom. And I didn't think of, ooh, how will I get home from here? Carrying this up the hill, I live 10 minutes uphill from there, 10 minutes by car. So none of that mattered at the moment when I saw this jacaranda tree. And I was so taken by it. Wow, how beautiful. And then I noticed the ohia tree that's also in a parking lot. It's a bit lower down. That was in bloom with its red blossoms. Oh, wow. I thought I could see, sort of feel the burst of every blossom. Wow, and I saw this one, that tree. So beautiful. And then I saw between them, one of the levels, somebody walking with a dog, a lady taking her dog for a walk. Okay. People like that, those trees, taking their dog for a walk. Hey, I know her. Oh, that's one of my neighbors. Oh, she walks the dog there. Oh, she parks her car there. Oh, and she kept telling me, anytime you really need a ride, just let me know. Wow. So I got up and walked over to her car, which she had parked out in the road. And she saw me and she came towards me too, having finished walking her dog. And she said, shall I take you home? Yes, thank you. And she gave me a ride up the hill. I could call this a miracle from the ordinary. I could call it a miracle. But really what happened was that I came to understand, I dropped all the thoughts of order and how to, and explanations and logical, stepping up home, drop it. It's not important. What is important and what has power, living power in it, is what grows, what blooms, what opens up into blossoms and beauty. And once my heart really opens to that beauty of this moment, everything else can fall into place. And that's what's happening now. How about a final chant? Or no. That was just a question.
Oh, I have to do something?
Oh, okay. Well, you know, I kind of thought with all those interesting vowels we were doing, could we put them all together and do a collective sound?
Yes, that's exactly. She's reading my mind. That's exactly what I had in mind.
All right, let's do
A
it.
group chant.
Okay, 3 times.
And anyone who feels like moving, we're just going to let the sound ride our breath out till the end of our breath. And then we take another breath and do it again and again and again. And each of you do it listening to your own rhythm, to your own breathing. Don't stop breathing when the neighbor stops breathing. And if you feel like standing up, you're welcome, because then you have more mobility, and let your whole body take part in it too. Okay, here comes the sound. And we'll let it move us. It'll end up by itself and come to rest as a sound body. Mahalo.
Thank you, ElishaLeolani.
Yes,
Leolani, it's voice of heaven, right?
Pardon?
Leolani means voice of heaven.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. That was beautiful. Very multidimensional. So at this time, we're going to circulate the koa bowl. And at one point, we thought, ElishaLeolani and I were discussing it, we thought maybe we'd invite Stephen or somebody to do some recorded music while the bowl went around. But I remembered something we used to do that I thought was quite sweet. It's a very simple song, which was shared with us by a rabbi named Nathan or Nathan Siegel.
Mhm.
They called him the singing rabbi.
Mhm.
And it's so simple, I feel comfortable to lead it. So, Leah, could you start the bowl going and I'll start the song going? I think it might even be able to be a round, but we'll start I'll sing it and then you join in as you get the idea of it. Okay. From you I receive, to you I give, together we share, for this we live. From you I receive, to you I give, together we share, for this we live. From you I receive, to you I give, together we share, for this we live. From you I receive, to you I give, together we share, for this we live. Isn't that sweet? Yeah. Okay, well, so we now have some announcements to make. And ElishaLeolani, I'll let you go first if there's anything you'd like to announce.
I I wonder if anybody is interested in a workshop to sit together and talk and feel if there are any questions um, connected with what I was talking earlier about dimensions and the new world we're moving into. And if there isn't, that's good too.
Would you see this possibly happening after the potluck or on a different?
Possibly, yeah.
Yeah.
Or we can do it another day too.
Shall we just invite people to talk to you after service to let you know their
Yes,
wishes?
whoever is interested.
I know Leah
Hello.
is willing to stay after to be your workshop liaison helper person if that's if it's in the flow
Right.
for it to happen today, she's willing to do that.
I would really like to see a hands up, and if there are no hands up, that's fine too. I understand. So it seems that people are, one person.
Did you say today or not today? Okay, so she's interested, but on another time. She has a little one.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so we could do that. We could make a list, and then if you set a date in the
One
future,
woman
we
up.
could publicize it more to other people. Yeah.
And see the response. If they're less than 3, maybe we'll do it. We won't do it
Anon.
this time.
I like that word.
Yeah.
Anon. It's
Anon.
like we could do it, but not today. Anon.
Mhm.
Okay, so Sunday services happen consistently at 10 o'clock in person at the center and by live stream. There's a video on YouTube afterwards. We offer free childcare if we know about it ahead of time. The reservation should be communicated by Friday, and then we'll be sure that we have someone on duty. The next 3 Sundays, we've got Craig Villarubia coming next week, Unveil the Secret to Happiness, which is forgiveness, a means to everything you want. Music by Mahina and Christina. The following Sunday, the 12th of May, which I think is Mother's Day, Genevieve Keola Brunet will speak on the Atlas and Beyond, Insights into Our Beautiful Craniosacral System. And the music will be provided by her husband, Dan. The following Sunday, the 19th of May, Jean-Pierre Thomas will do both program and music, chakra balancing with tones and colors. And Kaimana will be also participating with the crystal bowls. So Jean-Pierre will do his flute and Kaimana will do bowls, and it'll be very cool. We have one weekly class which is already happening and another which is scheduled to start in less than a month. On Mondays, 4:30, Jinan Wang, Tai Chi and Qigong, all levels, $15 per class, and you can get a reduced monthly rate if you pay the first Monday of the month. It's $48, a savings of $12 if you are consistent and come every Monday. So then on Thursday, the 16th of May, we will be starting a new study group for people interested in A Course in Miracles. That will be from 5 to 6:30 in the Honua room, no charge. The optional donation to New Thought, and I think Stephen Goss will be moderating it, at least in the beginning, and we'll see who is interested in participating in that. It's kind of works well with Craig Villarubia is very keen on Course in Miracles, and he's speaking next week. So, if you need a refresher, what is that all about? I'm sure we'll get it next week. The monthly events, one of them is happening today, as some of you have discovered, the end of the month potluck. That table in the back behind Lloyd and Martha is filling up with lovely things. And you're all invited to stay for that, whether or not you planned for it. We trust that there will be enough to eat for everybody. It always seems to work. So don't feel like you can't come if you didn't bring something. Also, produce giveaway is a monthly event which is happening next Sunday. That happens the first Sunday of the month, but sometimes our trees and plants won't work. So I know there are already 2 boxes of abundance brought by Stephen and Shayna that they need somebody to take them home today. Big box of pumpkins and I think some papayas. So those are to go home with some lucky person. Our third monthly event is the Crystal Bowl Meditation that happens the second Sunday of the month. Next event is May 12th. We have a special event today, which I named Shayna's Farewell Sale. Shayna, point to where the sale is happening. Well, thank you, Shayna. And it's also a chance to say goodbye to her because she's going to sea later this week. So is Stephen. But Stephen will come back in less than a week after crossing the ocean to the West Coast. Shayna, on the other hand, will proceed to Colorado, so we won't see her in person again for quite a few months. So thank you, Shayna, for organizing this sale for the benefit of New Thought. Anyone who wishes to is invited to submit a prayer request to the New Thought Prayer Ministry. There's a interesting looking wooden box with a Honu carving on the top of it. That's where you put your prayer request, and the little paper forms to fill out are right next to it under a paperweight, a pyramid-shaped paperweight. And if you do that, the team will be basically amplifying your prayer for whatever it is you wish to bring into your life. And there will be no direct response, but there'll be no direct response, but they will be quietly in the privacy of their own homes doing that for you for the following week after receiving it Monday. If you're not on the mailing list to get the weekly newsletter, you can sign the guest book on the round table and you will be added. So I think that completes the New Thought announcements. And Condor has a harmonica so that we can all start our closing song on the same note. If you'd like to form a circle and join hands, we will conclude with Hawaii Aloha, and there are lyrics posted in various places. I think it will pick it up. Okay. Hey, Hawaii, hey, Hey, Hawaii.
Make aloha, no Hawaii. E haoli na hopio o Hawaii. Oli 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 Maina hahe rahe kane kamae hae make aloha no Hawaii make aloha no
Let me show you Facebook. Let you see what Robin's up to.
Okay.
I mean, she's having, she's going to go.